And welcome back to the Rocket League OCE Championship, this time to the grand final between Tainted Minds and Chiefs. Both teams already qualifying there for RLCS. It's a World Championship. They're looking for seeding here. I'm joined by Courier Lord, Yummy Cheeseman, Jake the Tyrant Edwards, and myself, Hysterics. And Tyrant, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
This is the matchup
Not for long.
that you know. You know this matchup better than any of us.
Not really. I haven't played the new Tainted.
No, but I mean,
this is the old Darksided.
Yeah, I know, but you've beaten Darksided before. You've also played. You've still played this matchup, so yes, you do know it better than any of us.
It's still interesting because like this isn't Darksided, right? Like it's Darksided.
You guys are fucking me around.
Darksided.
And then it's Tainted Minds, but it's not. Like I think this is a really high quality team.
See, that's why I call it Tainted Minds, not just because of the name and because Yummy thinks I'm two-dimensional, but because this still feels like the old Tainted Minds.
No, they're definitely playing way closer to Tainted Minds. And look, we were really confident against the old Tainted Minds, but I mean, that 4-2 was very convincing. This Tainted Minds is looking a lot better.
Chiefs are not going to be happy though.
Oh, they're going to be cranky.
They were not happy after league play when they lost. They're not going to be happy today, and they're going to be looking to prove to everyone that they're better.
It's kind of like the Alien Predator hybrid moment where you've created the perfect beast to take down Chiefs. Like, you got the dark-sided demos and that midfield pressure, mixed with the fact Tainted Minds is just so fast and always in your face.
The problem is that Tainted have a one-game advantage, so that makes it even harder for the Chiefs.
Yep, that's rough for Chiefs.
You can't have the late start Drippe in this anymore.
Huh?
You can't have the late start Drippe. You can't have Drippe wait 2 games to warm up when you already are 1 game down.
Last series I was like, wow, it's game 3 and Drippe hasn't scored any goals yet, and then he scores a hat-trick, and I'm like, oh,
there we go, we're back in.
There's your stats.
On that note as well, for Tainted Minds, yes, you guys said it really well before. It is a grudge match from earlier today.
Yeah.
We just saw Order taking on Chiefs before, and that felt like an Order grudge match. But this is now the Chiefs proving their point that they had a bit of a mishap against Tainted Minds before. They are still the first
It's not
seed.
just the grudge match, but Chiefs have never not won the OCE Championship.
That's right.
They've never not been the best team unequivocally in OCE.
I think it almost plays it down to play it a grudge match. This is like pride for Chiefs. Chiefs are the #1 team in Australia, and Tainted are threatening that, and that's going to like really hurt their prides and egos, and they're going to be desperate.
If Tainted take this, they're unequivocally, they're definitely the best team.
I mean, this would be like third time the charm, right? If you can beat them in the league play, beat them in the upper bracket, then beat them in the lower bracket as well. That's just over. Like Tainted Minds top seed.
You know what's great about this story as well? If Tainted Minds can secure first seed, then it's Shady, who's never been to RLCS, goes, puts himself in front of hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions, as this is one of the best players in OCE. You haven't met him before, this is Shady.
It's got a good beard.
Well, I mean, Shady's always been around. He's always been great. It's been kind of tragic that he hasn't been there yet, but he's definitely kept up with everyone who has gone over.
It's been so good to see him, well, I'm going to say this, not choke. Today
he was amazing. He was amazing.
Playing really well.
Good.
Yeah. And we saw him in previous seasons. We saw that he could be the best player in these high-pressure scenarios, but then there was always just a point where he crumbled, and he hasn't done that.
I was surprised because I was watching Shady closely. I was like, when's it coming? When's it coming?
It's good because he's put a lot of work into it.
We had the conversation backstage before where it's like, who has been the weakest link on Tainted Minds? Like, what's not leveraged the situation to stomp? And it's like, nobody. Like, the reason they're playing well is like Shady is playing well, matching the pace.
Yeah, they were so fast, and that one game 5 where they broke down was everyone just being awful.
Which is so important coming into this series because the Chiefs are going to punish that. If Tainted Minds give them that breathing room, then we're going to see a very different series. However, this is the grand final. Both teams are comfortable with RLCS, but they want more. Jake, let's start with your prediction before we go in. This is the final match of the OCE Championship for 2018. Start us off.
It's really close because obviously like Chiefs are a bit more warmed up now, and I think like Chiefs do have a lot of quality, and they probably didn't show it against Tainted. But at the same time, with the game match, how dominant it was before, I have to go with Tainted again.
That's fair.
I went back and forth on this one. I know that Chiefs can beat anyone. They can just take down whoever is in their path. But I've switched it. They've got the one game advantage.
You're a flip-flopper.
It's going to Tainted. I'm not flip-flopping. I'm going with the Tainted Minds. They've got the one game advantage. I think that's going to be enough to get them over the line.
I'm gonna buck the trend. I mean, they've lost twice to Tainted, but I have full faith in angry, sad Torsos to be like, okay, I've lost twice. Someone needs to die.
What is it with the person here always
this
going
could be
Chiefs?
a proof as well that Torsos maybe was nervous today. If he does play well, in this situation where it's not a lot of pressure on them. Well, they have already made it.
He definitely played a lot better last series, but that was a lot more relaxed. They definitely weren't threatened. I'm wondering if that like emotion of sad, angry Torsos is affecting his gameplay.
I have full faith in Torsos. Chiefs are going to win, and Torsos is going to
I'm not going to put it on emotions. I just think Tainted Minds are the better team right now. I think Chiefs have lost some of their spark. They lost their best player, and now they...
Wow.
No, honestly, in retrospect, I think this is the day for Tainted Minds. I think this is the championship for Tainted Minds. I think there is nothing stopping them. And if CJ's on, my God, you know about it. CJ is on. I like CJ.
Same with Express. Those two,
Express,
those two combined, like, it's so hard to separate them.
But that's what's been so powerful today, because like it was just CJ and Express all league play, but Shady's been in their face as well. It's been great to see.
Been huge.
really given the third man, so they have a full rotation of passes.
Tainted Minds and Chiefs. We move into the grand final now. Remember, Tainted Minds have that game 1 lead. Of course, coming through in the upper bracket. So it is game 2. If you ever hear me talk about game 1, I'm lying. This is game 2. Chiefs and Tainted Minds, a grudge match of sorts. Tainted Minds took them to the cleaner earlier today, and Chiefs want to take them back.
And it's a strong showing already. Tainted Minds already getting in their faces. The shots are coming out, and Chiefs are on defense.
They're in front of net. The defense continues. Shady has a shot. Second one comes through. He even gets Kami in the process. And Tainted Minds fast to the ball. We know them for that, but Chiefs are trying to match that pace.
Is it going to be enough to break out, though? Immediately push back into their half. That's been nearly 45 seconds of pure aggression of Tainted Minds.
And if Strip Bay's not on, we've called it. We said that Chiefs would not feel like the Chiefs we know and love. And the passing comes through. Tainted Minds, they really are on today here, Korea. Kami comes in with the intercept, though, and Chiefs won't find anything more.
Yeah, CJ too quick before the double touch can come out from Kami. They need to start utilizing those passes, otherwise they're just going to get pressure.
Another shot comes through, this time Drippe with the save. Tainted Minds have already had a couple to start us off. Excuse me, Shady comes in midway. Drippe meets him. What I love about this matchup, Korea, it's always so exciting. Express takes another shot. It's always so fast. And it's always so in your face like Tainted Minds.
It's so strange to see Chiefs on the back foot, and Tainted Minds using a demo to open up the net now will force the scramble from Chiefs.
Shady's up for the ball off that back wall. It's a good touch there from Chiefs. They stand tall, and again, they go back down. Oh, it's a close call, but Chiefs, again, managed to hold out in this defense. Drippe staying in front of that net, but the angle's right. Torsos reads it perfectly too.
Yeah, right in the nick of time, and all the players are so low on boost right now, so if you can manage to squeeze out and pick up the 100, it's going to be critical.
You see Express just bullying around the defender there from Chiefs. They get it through, and the attack continues now this time for Chiefs. But off the roof, Express hands it off to Drippe. Happy to take the challenge is Shady. Torsos doesn't get that touch. Kami comes through, bumped away by Shady, but eventually Torsos gets control. Up for the ball is Express. No goal just yet, but Chiefs in front of that net. Kami drops it down. Express now going to run away with it.
We talked about how Shady has been performing, and we're seeing some great bumps out of here as he creates pressure, and you can see him ready to receive the pass that's going to come from CJ.
CJ, good pass against the wall. Shady was waiting to nail it down, but Chiefs get away with it again. Drippe and Torsos off the wall. They act as that two-man unit, but Express has got other ideas with the ball. It'll bounce in around that corner. Shady centers it this time. Drippe gets an early savior medal here in game 1.
It just shows that Tainted Minds has him on the back foot. You don't get those opportunities if you are controlling the game. And this is Tainted Minds just showing Chiefs who is in control.
Trying to shut them down. Kami now comes up head-to-head with Shady. CJ again in. Express around the corner. This time Tainted Minds get a save, but it's going to be one of their first. Chiefs on that back foot, as you said, Korea. CJ comes in. He's coming in fast, but he's got no boost. He'll recover on the way back, and Chiefs just trying to use this control to get some pacing on the ball.
Despite the fact that all the possession has gone to Tainted Minds, Chiefs aren't feeling like they're entirely out. They're still getting opportunities like this.
What a shot there from Torsos. Set up nicely by Chiefs, but the massive clear that comes through from Tainted Minds has given them more windows of opportunity. Kami this time finds an open net, and the Chiefs strike hard.
Drippe with that amazing setup, facilitating Kami to follow up through, and they realizes we have enough time. We've forced Tainted Minds to overextend, and they've utilized all that pressure that Tainted Minds have pushed forward and thrown it right back at them.
Chiefs caught out once again. Tainted Minds caught out once again. So aggressive in their plays, pushing up, and the midfield getting breached once more. Chiefs find that first goal with a low-scoring affair at 1 minute 30. That could be all it takes.
I mean, when you look at Chiefs, they're very difficult to score upon. With about a 1.25 or so average against them, they have to get the goals.
Finally, all day today, we've seen Drippe try to react to this pass from Torsos. And he gets it this time. Nicely done from the Chiefs.
This has got to be a worrying moment here for Tainted Minds. Drippay has been slow to start through the series, and if he pops off game 1 and can carry it all the way through, may mitigate that 1 game advantage.
Game 2 career, don't forget, otherwise it's going to hurt me in the long run. Game number 2 here, 2-0 for the Chiefs. Otherwise, I'll just be lost. I'll be calling game 2, game 3, and so on. Chiefs continue their attack, but this is an open net, Courier. 1-0. Or 1 goal, excuse me, for Tainted Minds.
I mean, they're down, but they're not out. And with both teams fighting so hard for it, it can easily flip on a dime.
1 minute remaining. That was 1 goal. That was 1 opening there for the Chiefs. 1 opening they let through. What else can happen here? When these guys fight back, I'm talking about Tainted Minds, it looks brutal. They're down on the attack once more.
Yeah, Tainted Minds starting to utilize some bumps and demos as well. They normally pull this out later into the game, but I think it may be a counter to the fact that Kami has used so many to try soften the midfield.
See Express was coming in aggressive there as well. CJ directly on net, but just Drippay with the save. CJ bumps through onto Torsos, but nothing happens. Shady off that back wall, Express is there. It bounces back and forth. 40 seconds remaining. CJ comes in as well. 1 goal still holding the difference here for both teams. 30 seconds remaining. Torsos sets up the play. Drippay reacts well, and this net is firing hard. CJ directly down the other field with the clear. Shady won't be able to punch it up anymore, but CJ with the passing play, not on net, the 3rd member necessary.
Torsos with that important intercept, breaking down the Tainted Minds play, and the aerial control coming out of Chiefs is either going to run the clock or set up scoring potential.
Look at Kami, just comes down slow as well, knows the 10 seconds left on the clock, plays with it perfectly, but Tainted Minds, they've set up positioning again, the bouncer down at 1 second remaining.
That is a heart-wrencher. 1 second left on the clock. We are going to have our first overtime in the best of 7 to decide who's the best of OCE.
And it was the pass again. Tainted Minds love this backboard like it's their father. 2-2 in game 2, and Tainted Minds bring us to overtime. Why not?
What a way to show your biggest rivals what's about to go down. Not only do you have that Chiefs versus Dark-Sided roster fight, but you also have Kami and CJ, the 2 lone survivors, the old Tainted Minds.
Oh, Chiefs again. Torsos, cheeky little devil off that kickoff. Only 10 seconds, but Chiefs have set up control. Drippay from the corner, a good bump by CJ. They can't get it through Torsos. It's CJ still on the defense, but he's willing to dribble it over the top. He pops it through. Drippay centers it, but Tainted Minds might be able to break away if they get it through Kami, and they do. Over the top, 30 seconds, Chiefs on the defense.
And they're starting to control, though. The possession is flipped over. Chiefs are feeling like they have a lot more control. The aerial play coming up, but Shady defense too strong.
What a great read from Shady as well. Reacts instantly, but Chiefs are here. Kami, the save up from CJ. His old teammate betrays him. And with 50 seconds into overtime, Chiefs have just been hitting down on this net.
But now the Tainted Minds offense is what they have to face. Whether or not they can hold it against the potential demos coming out as well is something to be seen.
CJ tries to get an infield pass there, but Torsos reads it perfectly. The defensive pass again, but Shady off the wall. Express pops it up. Look at Tainted Minds. Their creativity's getting red. Not until CJ comes through. Express is sitting in net. They pop it up the roof. CJ managed to pick up boost on the way through. He'll be able to keep the play down this side of the field. Kami cannot clear it far enough as CJ lobs it up. Ready for Shady, but it's just given room to Torsos. Express, save your medal there, well deserved.
So much strong defense coming out of both teams. Neither of them wanting to take too much risk, and when they take those aerial plays to reset and allow their team to reposition, it is slowing down the game.
I mean, Tainted Minds should have been out of this game. It was a 1 second goal that brought them into overtime, but 1:45. Chiefs are still here down this side of the field, looking to put an end to game 2 and equalize. Shady off the wall, he'll bounce it towards Torsos. But they're on the defensive side. This is Tainted Minds' place to play. Torsos from around the corner. Express wins over the challenge, but Drippay is committed as well. No boost needed. CJ all the way to Torsos, but as Torsos picks up the boost, what can he do with it? He leaves it. Shady's going to get control from here as well. CJ leaves it, and everyone right now playing favor games with the ball. Touch there, the demo onto Kami. CJ will just try and get it out of here.
Kami does spawn at the back, though, allowing them to have that defense if Tainted Minds do get the big clear.
What a punch through from Express. Drippay has to be careful how he plays. He doesn't have boost. Shady from around the corner is in the same predicament. Express with a pass to center field. CJ goes wide. Oh, I love these two teams. 2 2 minutes 40 into overtime, folks. I hope it doesn't end anytime soon. Shady's up for the ball. That backboard is being peppered, but Express is here. There it is from Tainted Minds. Welcome to Game 3.
Express takes them into the overtime and then takes them back out of it as well. That is a 2-game lead for Tainted Minds against Chiefs.
This happens every single time we watch these two teams today, Courier. Tainted Minds manage to climb their way back if they're at a deficit. Against the Chiefs here, you have to applaud them. They are putting on a star show. Express got his hat trick towards the end of that game. His 695 in the grand final. And Drippe as well. Let's compliment him at 690. What a performance from some of these guys.
That's what I want to see from the first game, right? Both of them coming out guns blazing, hungry for the win. We talked about it being a grudge match, and you can just see it in the way they play.
And remember, if Tainted Minds get this grand final win, they will be the first team ever in the Rocket League OCE Championship to snag first. That isn't the Chiefs. The Chiefs every single season have gotten first. And might I add, it's been 4-0, 4-1s.
Yeah, they have. I think I said it earlier. They have a 93% win chance against Tainted Minds.
That's individual game. Is that individual games?
Yeah,
in the finals.
So
it's not even series.
Yeah, so the fact that Tainted Minds have already come back this far is already a record. The fact that Chiefs got knocked into lower bracket is another record. If they can beat them again, that's like 3 records in the course of a day.
And I know that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is old dark side roster. You know, we keep bringing it up as well. But it feels more like the Tainted Minds roster that we knew and love. And, you know, we love all our teams, of course. We love everyone. But this Tainted Minds ex-Dark-Sided roster is working together so nicely.
Oh, it's like the best of both worlds. They've found like some pastiche of the 2 past teams that were fighting against Chiefs and taking the best of both.
You know what I'm excited for? To see them on the world stage this time. CJ might get a bigger car to ride out in. I don't know. Maybe he gets a truck. You know what I'd do? You're Australian. Go out in a tractor. Listen and know that's John Denver's American.
I want them to skydive in. Shady's going to have his plane and he's just going to fly on in.
Or maybe in a kangaroo. Who knows? Let's go out the Australian style. Game 3, though, Tainted Minds to get that first seed here. They are fighting hard. And in Game 3, they have a 2-0 lead. This is unpredictable here, but Chiefs, they strike first again.
Chiefs with that early start. Tainted Minds took the lead in possession last game, but Chiefs are very aggressive, winning out the 50-50s off Kami, who's had a phenomenal second half of the day.
What an impressive start there from the Chiefs, though, off the kickoff. 13 seconds in to this Game 3.
He has so much to prove. Not only does he need to show up CJ, his old pal, he needs to prove that he's going to be a better replacement from Jake going up against the teams like Cloud9 and G2.
Absolutely, especially when there's so much pressure on the new person of the team. Everyone knows Drippe and Torsos, but everyone knows Kami from Tainted Minds. They don't know how he fits in this roster, and this game's to show it. Tainted Minds in front of the Chiefs defense right now, but a big clear there sets up Drippe to boom it into the corner, give Torsos the ball. It's still controlled from the Chiefs. Shady doesn't get anything done with it. Express has to come through, but Drippe keeps it around the midfield.
Yeah, Torsos made it incredibly awkward there, trying to get some bumps going through. At least it puts them out of position as they try to dodge.
CJ with the center there all the way over. It's Express and CJ together. Both members commit to the ball. Express looking for the demo, the bump. CJ comes in off the roof. He's run out of boost, so the play resets. Express stops it for the time being, but because CJ got the demo, this is going to continue. A mid-interface there with CJ and the attack of Chiefs. They're able to push back up, and the Chiefs looking a lot stronger here in this game.
Yeah, they've definitely got a lot more brazen pushing forward, but the backboard defense of Tainted Minds halting all the pressure plays that they're trying to start.
Small little pass there from Kami to Torsos, trying to get through the center field. Kami continues forward, now off the ramp. You won't find anything more. CJ pops it forward, Torsos up in the midfield again. Tries to get it in off the wing. Drippe using that momentum, but a good block there by Shady. Not good enough for Kami.
Shady knew it was coming. He went straight for that rear post on 2 consecutive rotations, but it's not enough. Chiefs with that perfect read come from the far side. Kami pulls that open net.
2-0, 3 minutes 23. This is starting to heat up. And remember, I said before, with Order and Chiefs, it was spice. It was, I can't remember what else went into the mix, but it was a mix and pot. This one right here, this is an extra level. And Chiefs with a 2-0 lead, they look confident again. But for CJ, you always need to keep an eye out for him. You never know when he's coming in.
I love to see the Torsos demo come out. That is when he's taking it serious, because he very rarely does, but it normally is pivotal in deciding a game.
CJ and Shady. Shady comes back up after that. Express hanging back in the defense. Off the roof, he'll read it quite well. 3 minutes left remaining. The Chiefs come in for the collision course. Kami ends up going over to Drippe, but Drippe leaves it, and Shady left with the corner ball. Tries to do something with it, but Drippe going to set this one up again. Looks like Kami ready to punch it up. Gets the first touch, the second one. Nothing happens with the dribble, and it's just Express and Shady left on their lonesome. Drippay pops it up. What's going on there? Express will save it away, but Tainted Minds on the defense. Struggling a little bit there.
Slow on the follow-up there from Chiefs, though. Drippay pulling out 2 players, enabled the open goal. Shady, thankfully, with his knock-up, brought them some space, but I would expect Chiefs to have more follow-up there.
Torsos again looking for the reset. Kami waits in the center field, and CJ just going to push it forward. Tainted Minds losing a lot of their speed here in the grand final.
Awkward position there by Shady is going to allow Chiefs to have way more control than they should and potentially can score off the back of it.
Everyone's scrambling for the defense. Express, another savior medal. I believe he got one in the previous game. Kami, up goes the ball again. Chiefs sticking around in the attack. It's not good for Tainted, but great to see the Chiefs come to life.
Showing them so much respect as well. Tainted Minds are sticking to a 2-man defense. The 3rd man not even roaming to the midfield in case it goes well.
That was the opportunity you were waiting for. But the Chiefs don't find it. 1 minute 40. Tainted Minds already clawed their way back in game 2. And I tell you what, nothing's impossible here for these 2 teams. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. See if anything can happen. Express is find the breach. Bound, excuse me. That is the past tense. 1 minute 30 remaining. The punch down. Tainted Minds in a good position here. CJ will wait for it. It comes in off the wall. He just passes it over to Shady. Intercept almost 100% completed. Tainted Minds, they won't be able to find the sink. Again, CJ comes back in. Again, won't find anything.
They're playing a little bit differently from what I was expecting. When they're down, normally they go super aggressive and go all the way in. But they're playing much more closely to the midfield line. And I think it's running the clock too quickly when Chiefs have such a strong defense.
Absolutely. Tainted Minds, that confidence seems to be seeping back a little bit here. Shady coming around the corner, wants to read Chiefs. Really Tainted Minds being a lot more confident than this, especially today. Normally Tainted Minds, they'd be the red team here in this matchup. Orange, excuse me. But today is not the day. Tainted Minds beating the Chiefs before. Convincing manner too. 33 seconds remaining here. Chiefs might have done enough. Pull their way back. CJ saying no. And again, Shady pops his way up. In comes Express. CJ hangs back, but for Tainted Minds, they're in front of that net. They're towards it. Just can't get anything done.
Yeah, the pressure just coming out may not be enough to clinch it. With 16 seconds, that's pretty much the game. And we're just seeing the importance of that free game from winning that upper bracket.
Yeah, now, especially after what happened last game there, Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Chiefs get denied another goal, but they've got 2 of their own. They've got enough. The Chiefs ever so close to making this an even game. The ball hit the ground, and 1 goes towards them in game 3.
Strong performance there from Chiefs. I think they have so much more control that one, and that was a showing that if they can keep consistent, they're going to absolutely dominate. It's well reflected there on the shots. You have 10-2. Drippay alone just running around them. Yeah, it was a large factor of them being locked in their half for most of the game. The only scoring potential they have was when they were trying to get those breakaway counterattacks.
I mean, CJ got 1 save. That was the score for him for that whole game. Tainted Minds a little bit silent there in game 3. Like you said, that 1 game advantage is great, especially since game 2 went over to Tainted Minds.
Yeah.
So then we go, all right, what else can Chiefs do? Because at this point, Chiefs are showing that they're not a silent lamb ready for the slaughter.
Exactly that. And I think it's going to be a case of whether or not Tainted Minds changes what they're doing. Because at the moment, Chiefs had a very commanding lead in that game.
Yep.
Like entirely one-sided. So it's whether or not Tainted Minds picks back up and gets a little bit more brazen. They gave them so much breathing room, and they allowed Chiefs to be the mechanical and very, very clinical player.
I just saw Tainted Minds there having the audience vote. It was 59-60%. I'm sure after that game, people start betting on the Chiefs again a little bit as well, because it makes it a bit more interesting.
Come back to equilibrium.
Well, the Chiefs would have had that vote. Any other OCE championship, Chiefs have the vote by 70-80%.
It's probably a new record itself.
But for people to lock in the bets of 60% for Tainted Minds is great to see. It's showing that people want to support the best team at the moment. Still looks like Tainted Minds. We'll have to see in game 4 if the Chiefs can get us to an equal one, or if Tainted Minds are going to bring their pace back up and show us their confidence.
Times they are a-changing.
You sing fantastically, but for Tainted Minds, they haven't sung the song yet. The Bat Lady isn't singing, and we're not going to see the end for a little while. It looks like Shady will go over the top or underneath the ball. For Chiefs trying to punch their ticket in first seed. Drippay, what a pass by Kami.
Another strong showing. Drippay coming out fast off the back of Kami, who's done a phenomenal job adapting to this team, and we can see why they picked him up after Jake retired.
1-0. He didn't retire. 19 seconds. He's casting now, career. That's not retiring. Just the start of your career. Chiefs have got 1 goal on the board early again. Torsos just finds the breach through. That would have been a sick double touch. He can't get it. Drippe comes back in with the angle. Shady, second defense there from Tainted Minds. The Chiefs, they just look in form here. Starting game 3, they have woken up.
Every single time the ball went up, then they beat them to it. That was 4 consecutive times the ball went up, Tainted Minds went to contest, and then lost the challenge.
Korea, there's just something beautiful in watching the Chiefs. Right place, right time is the best way to put it.
It's clinical.
Clinical's also another way to put it. 2 goals in 40 seconds. This is not the Chief from earlier today. This is the Chiefs we're expecting to come in.
It's a bit of a Goku moment. You know, we've gone through the first part of the arc. Now he's going full Super Saiyan and turning it right back around.
Yeah, except it hasn't taken 40 episodes to get there. At the moment, Tainted Minds in front of net. That's a great pass. And Tainted are on the board.
It's the turnaround now. 1 goal is easily changeable in the scope of 4 minutes. And with Express and CJ working together, sneaking past on that right-hand side, it's something they can utilize to go forward because they have been struggling to get those aerial clears to work forward.
They've also been struggling to get out of the defense. The clears have been intercepted each and every time. Chiefs have been quite on top of the ball. But Tainted Minds want to see more of that because it's just been so different to the play they've seen. Shady with a massive clear that's going to help their cause.
And with Shady performing as well, being able to use that 3-man roster a lot more wisely and have more aggressive attacks. I want to see the pass plays come out. We haven't seen the Tainted Mind pass.
Tosses up the ball. Shady directly on net again. Kami and Drippe both commit for it. CJ's still here, got plenty of boost. What an angle there, but what a save by Kami. Again for Tainted Minds. Express misses. Can CJ fix this mistake? Hits the roof once more. But Tainted Minds, not often do you see a miss from Express.
Now, he's the very consistent player. He's the one you put in that middling position and he will fill out whatever part of the roster you need because he doesn't falter.
CJ trying to fix that and push it back forward. Express to lob it up the field, but doesn't get a punt on it whatsoever. Torso still here. CJ to duck it down. Drippe intercepts. Tainted Mind giving room to the Chiefs. Torsos is still here. No one's on him. He gets a free shot at goal.
It's really hard to know what to do in those situations. You've seen the first player coming out from the demo. Express pretty much entirely taken out, having to reposition, and Shady went for the pre-jump. Express had no idea whether or not the connection was going to go, and the fact he was facing one side, he didn't know if he could even go for the back.
Chiefs 3-1, suddenly 3 minutes in. It looks like a Chiefs-dominated game. There's one play from Tainted Minds, one close call, and that's all you can say right now. The Chiefs are just looking so much better here since game 3.
I mean, even if Tainted did fall this game, they still can have time for that reset. That advantage is just going to mean there's going to be 2 apiece.
Love to see this go to all 7 games. It would make my day, night, what time is it? It would make my night here in Sydney. I don't know why I said where I am. CJ from around the corner. He'll follow this ball up now. Watch for CJ because he's still going to commit forward. Almost had the challenge down packed, but it turns into a massive clear that Express has to deal with. Kami intercepts again. You can see the ball staying high for now, but CJ ready to take it through the ground. The pass there, almost to himself. The setup, great for Tainted Minds, but Express won't commit forward. And now Chiefs just get the counterattack that they know and love. Torsos out of boost, but Tainted Minds, their defense continues.
It doesn't really matter. Every time that you see Tainted Minds getting into a good position, getting that monster clear, Chiefs are always going to be able to counter it. They get the dunk and turn it into a play of their own. Tainted Minds really needs to work on clears if they want a chance out of that.
Getting these passes on point as well. Torsos Drippe looking a lot better here in this series. Torsos will just leave that one to Kami, who just gets a freebie almost. Kami takes the shot. The other one goes wide. Tainted Minds, I don't think they get away with murder. I think Chiefs unlucky there, and Tainted Minds setting themselves up. Express almost had that shot gifted to him.
Yeah, CJ taking himself another out of the play by going for huge bumps, turning it into a 2v2, and then cheating forward to try to sneak a goal with it as well.
Trying to sneak that exact same goal on the other side. Kami on the wing. Excuse me. Shady, come back in. This one's wide. The angle, good for CJ, but he won't get to it. It's left for Express. Torsos has already committed forward. Tainted Minds is the shots they want to make. Explosive, fiery, and Kami knows exactly where those shots are coming from. He was on that roster. He was with CJ. He knows what's going on.
I like the fact that Shady has got that possession, he's coming forward, but I want to see more than just backboard attempts, and I want to see more passing coming out because he has enough time to make
Speaking of the devil here, Korea, Shady. A bit slow to the ball there. Unfortunately, he ran out of boost. The center there again for Tainted Minds. 45 seconds. 2 goals the difference here. Not sure if TM can make up this difference, but we're going to have to see one big play set them up with that 1 goal difference.
Good touch there by Torsos. Will push it into the corner, which makes it a really awkward position to try break it out of without putting yourself in a compromising one.
Container Mines find here the ball all the way down the other side of the field. Drippe saves it once again. Tainted Mind pushing down, but Torsos gets meddled up in affairs of Express. Shady will lob it down without no boost. I think this could be it, Korea. I think Tainted Mines, or hang on, hold the phone. CJ sends it for Shady, who again has no boost, hasn't been able to recover it. So Tainted Minds, they won't take this game, and now suddenly the Chiefs tie up the grand final to a piece.
And they have the momentum, which is important as well. They've already gone through that phase that they have in most games, where they start slow and then slowly pick up, and then you see the drip come out and absolutely annihilate someone.
And it's good to see the drip come out. Normally with a tap, you tighten that up. You don't want to see it, but this is the one time where you're happy to waste water. Drippe, what a performance that we've been seeing. We've seen more consistency. We've seen react to those passes. And I'm glad finally at the final we get to see one of the best forms of Chiefs today.
Yeah, Chiefs cohesion is finally coming to the fore.
Yeah.
Like Kami has been... he struggled a bit earlier in the day, but now he's finally hitting that peak phase. He did in the last series start to get in there in the second half. But now he's holding the teammates together, allowing Torsos and Drippe to go nuts.
And this is another moment where Tainted Minds kind of falling back to old habits where the, at the start of the season, we're like, oh, Tainted Minds get the Chiefs. Probably would win. It was Chiefs all the way. Towards the end of the season, Tainted Minds have shown this growth. But they've never versed each other in a best of 7 with these exact rosters.
Except earlier today.
Korea, let me get there. Until earlier today.
Yep.
Now it's a revenge match. Now it's a grudge match. It's 2-2. The next game will put one team on match point. Tainted Minds have already done this today. Can they do it again?
Well, I think the important thing for me is the first one, that was like the warm-up, the taste tester, to see how it was all going to go. And now we're past that appetizer. We're in that main meal. But it's very different now. We're for all the pressure. This is to decide who is the best. All the pride is on the line, and the CJ Kami kind of rivalry is going to be seen in its full-fledged.
Well, let's go into Game 5, see who can take it out, see who can push themselves to match point here and look for first seed at RLCS. Tainted Minds, remember, they started with that Game 1 advantage, so technically they've only won 1 game. The Chiefs have won 2 in a row. Looks like they're fighting back hard. First seed at RLCS. Can Tainted Minds do what has never been done before? The Chiefs still coming up huge. This is CJ's moment. He gets it through 1. The second there. Shady's to finish. And Tainted Minds, Speedy Gonzalez.
CJ may have been read by his ex-teammate, but it wasn't enough because Tainted Minds are always quick with that follow-up, and Shady is stepping up to the plate.
You can see the confidence coming back into Tainted Minds here. This Game 5 seems to be a revitalizer. 30 seconds in, and Tainted Minds say kabam. Now, can they continue up that pace?
And now the fact that they were happy to just go that 2-man aggressive start and the defense of Express holding them together means that they will have that confidence and they need to break the progression.
You can see that Chiefs are happy to match that set aggression, that pace. They're willing to take it all the way. Tainted Minds out of the corner. They've slowed down a little bit now, but that's because Shady doesn't have any boost. Express comes back in, sets it up for Torsos, who lobs it for Kami directly on net. But CJ, he knows how to defend a backboard. He was born there. Drippe, away it goes.
I love the fact that Shady is happy to come forward with so little boost just to maintain pressure, to allow his team to have that aggressive style and not give Chiefs the breathing room they want.
See the confidence as well for Tainted Minds to pass back. It doesn't bite them as well. Smart thinking. 3 minutes 43. Drippe on the defense. Over to Torsos. Express intercepts this one. CJ comes back in. That infield is to no one except Drippe. But for Tainted Minds, getting creative with the plays again. I've said it so many times, I'm broken record. But I love saying it. They are an ingenious team who are trying to challenge the Chiefs down to Express. What a pass again, Korea.
They have completely turned the tides again. Express and the CJ combo, we talked about them all day, and the beautiful pass getting over Kami's head. He had to pre-jump because the net was so wide open and there was no teammates inside.
And it was incredible because last game was just a bit of a shutout by the Chiefs. Tainted Minds did not find the passes they needed, and suddenly into this game, they're just blowing it to pieces. They come in aggressive, they come in forward, even Shady comes up to the field. CJ happy to rotate back, but Tainted Minds keeping this pace up. You got to say you fear for the Chiefs in this form.
You got to say it's like a metaphor for the game, though. The challenges are just coming out left, right, and center as they're really stressing for pressure.
A great angle from Kami. Torsos finishes it off, and the Chiefs fight back.
All three members moving quickly into that aggressive stance, playing it off the backboards too quick is why they can pull that one away.
And Chiefs say, if you can do it, we can do it too. In fact, we've done it so many times before. Chiefs are the experienced ones. They've got 3 minutes remaining. It's only 1 goal. You thought this game was spicing up. We're hoping for all 7. Tainted Minds and Chiefs, every time they go head-to-head in the final, it's been a 4-0, a 4-1. Well, not this time. We want to go all the 9 yards, or 7 in this case, and look for the full game series. Express close call, steal away by Kami.
The Express CJ, you could see it again. CJ absolutely running forward, but quickly intercepted. Chiefs are starting to learn that he's going to be following up on those big Express plays.
Oh, taking the ball through. CJ gets a second touch. The backboard's there. Express commits up too. What a play by Tainted Minds. It doesn't work out well, but Chiefs turn this into a counterattack. This is their moment. Kami with the bump. Shady has no boost, and Express has to cover this one, but the rebound off the corner almost makes its way into the back of that coffin. And Chiefs with 1 goal difference. Oh, they still have that confidence. They don't care. They want to take this risk. They want to push forward, and CJ misses it, leaves it to Express, who picks up the boost in the end.
Man, Shady has been an absolute pain to that Chiefs offense. Keeps getting in the way, going for the bumps, and just interrupting the shots to try to slow them down and allow the rest of his teammates to reposition and get the defense secured.
Bit of mistouch there by Chiefs offense as they find it in again. Shady knows how to play with angles, Korea.
Yeah, because he locked down the defense. He said, okay, time to move for that offense, and gets that angle that he was oh so famous for.
Shady, that was perfect there by the Tainted Minds offense. 1 minute 52 goals, the lead again. And Tainted Minds are looking down the barrel of match point against the Chiefs once more.
This is some speedy ping pong. We might have that repeat of the 4-2.
It's definitely like Olympic stuff right here. A 4-2 would be the dream for Tainted Minds. Chiefs are not going to go quietly though. Off the backboard, Shady and Express both commit forward. Perfect defense there from TM. They'll clear it away. Express waiting at the wing, and with that touch not coming through from Kami, means they're on the attack, and Express just takes it himself.
Having an absolute field day. 2 goals, going for another hat-trick against Chiefs as he runs around their entire team.
Tainted Minds are 1 step away. If they can hold this 3-goal lead, which in a minute 30 is very reasonable, then they'll be on match point against Chiefs. They will be looking down the barrel of the biggest upset in OCE history. First place to Tainted Minds. That's what they're holding on to right now. First place means they go into RLCS as the top dog. And first place means they get the most out of cash, they get the rep here, and they do what no team has ever done.
And you'll also get to see CJ do his walkout as the #1 seed of OCE.
And a well-deserved walkout. You can see the goals he's scoring here. The passing upfield by Tainted Minds. Everything is connecting here today, and everything looks beautiful as CJ just going to add some more to the scoreboard.
That is some absolutely beautiful flair. Now it's going to be on Chiefs. Can they stabilize knowing that their reputation is on the line with only a game separating the falter?
Because last game looked like Chiefs' favor, looks like their window back in. What great passing from Tainted Minds. They're continuing to play with the ground, play with the air, and all things in between. Tainted Minds confident as always with 50 seconds left remaining, looking to put the nail here in this game, and I think they've done enough.
Unfortunately, No Express had that opportunity, but it doesn't matter at this stage. With 40 seconds left on the clock, 4 goals to be found. Tainted Minds have locked down this game.
You see CJ has taken 4 shots this game. The aggression's definitely been there. Shady has done so much as well. Everyone from Tainted Minds just looking the goods right now. A 5-1 in Game 5.
Off the back as well of Chiefs dominating them. That is some serious comeback potential.
Chiefs have never been in this position in the grand final. In the grand final, as we see the 6th goal come out from Shady and the hat trick, we have never seen Chiefs in a grand final, I say again, down to match point against them.
This may be the most one-sided game Chiefs have ever played. I don't think I've ever seen them being almost Braziled.
Almost, and definitely a possibility here. Tainted Minds won't get it down the other side of the field in time. But hey, match point's not bad, or maybe they will! Oh, the speed on that was huge.
Chiefs just got Braziled for an RLCS qualifying match. I mean, they're both already through, but for Pride, that first seed is all that matters.
Call the highway patrol. That thing was out of control. We go into Game 6 here, and match point for Tainted Mind to do what no team has ever done before.
I'm blown away, Hysterics. This is phenomenal. So many records being broken. The CJ leading that squad of ex-Darksided members, creating this new superpower roster designed in the offseason to take down Chiefs. It's like a Frankenstein monster situation.
And you know what? Everyone out there, if you're from the States, if you're from Europe, it does not matter. You're looking down the barrel of OCE history. Everyone expects Chiefs to lead the charge. When you ask anyone internationally, what is the team that represents Oceanic Rocket League?
It's Chiefs.
The answer is Chiefs. This changes everything. When people ask that question, the new answer will be Tainted Minds at this rate. Chiefs have to find 2 back-to-back victories. They have to claw their way back and find, it's not a reverse sweep, but they have to reverse things up here. Game 6 coming up.
That first game win, having that freebie has been pivotal. If it was an even 2 apiece, I would say Chiefs have a fair chance. But when you're coming off the back of your Pride being crushed and then getting Braziled, I don't know if they can stabilize. We've never seen them down and out and have to come back from all of this pressure.
I think it was enough that Shady's going to his first ever RLCS, but to go as first seed, you're going to be showing up huge. I mean, get a car for Shady as well. Mind that, just get one that can fit all 3 of you, because the entrance is going to be massive. If Tainted Minds can secure this next game, look to set the tone for the next RLCS and look to set the tone for the Chiefs. Here we go, Courier. Game number 6. And Chiefs are on the back foot for the first time in history.
This is an absolutely phenomenal game to be watching, and Tainted Minds already with a strong start, pushing them deep into their side of the pitch.
When they have space, when they have comfortability, this happens. CJ pops it up. Drippay will get it in off the backboard. Kami helps. Look at the pace on that one. Doesn't go in. What an unfortunate bounce there for the Chiefs. They don't find the first goal, and Tainted Minds, they find themselves free.
I hope we don't have to think about that goal potential in 10 minutes' time.
Well, Kami wants to get over it immediately. He gets a demo onto Express. Drippay with a great pass to Torsos, but it's too quick.
His connections are starting to worry me, Hysterics.
Yeah, especially against Torsos and Kami. The shot towards net. Shady with great defense there. A miss intercept there, excuse me. Just the old intercept from Drippay. The center pass there through as well, and Tainted Minds have to be careful. Ball sent up again. This is Express now. Drippay lobs it away. CJ not going to contest. They leave it for the clear. They leave the ball right in front of net. Kami does find it, though, with a pinch in.
Did not show him enough respect. Kami coming out with such an incredible amount of speed, and CJ going up the wall a little too late.
You can see there, they're happy to take the defense, but Tainted Minds are going to think twice now. First goal to the Chiefs. Miss, I asked for it, Korea. I'm not going to bless it, but I will if we get to 7.
You may get that Game 7 overtime you oh so love.
Well, CJ pops it up. Maybe Tainted Minds want to take it elsewhere. They do! And that's the power of teamwork.
Express CJ combo is absolute true terror, and I cannot wait to see what they do on the international stage.
And if you expect Tainted Minds to do this, well, I don't know how, because it is so hard to read this team. They are so powerful. They are so strong. And I'm not talking about skill here. I'm talking about the way they play.
Now, they've got the cohesion now. This is what I've been wanting to see over the season. The growth has continued. They started off strong, and now they are ending phenomenally.
Shady gets a demo there. Phenomenally, yes, but can they hold this game? 1 apiece here. Shady will take it around the other side of the field. Tainted Minds still under pressure here. Torsos has centered it nicely. The shot denied from Drippay. Kami directly in. The crossbar and down. Tainted Minds survive again.
That is 3 consecutive shots that have hit the crossbar or the post, and Express turns it right round.
But Kami finds his way back in time. They get the demo onto Drippay. They fake it out, and it bounces in for CJ again.
They get the demo, and they finish the play. Chiefs are slowly being torn limb from limb.
You can see Express goes up, even though Kami doesn't find it. Unfortunate again, but it feels like I'm rinsing and repeating that word. Tainted Minds, 2-1. This is where history is made.
3 minutes away if nothing changes. They are the new OCE champions.
They have to hold this. Chiefs are unrelenting. They will not let this get away from them. Drippay's here, right through the ground, but Kami blocks it! No! Kami got the perfect bump, but he hits it back out.
Right thoughts, wrong execution. absolutely great idea. He's had so many phenomenal bumps, but not now.
Trying
not
to
like
fix it
this.
through. That cannot be the goal that defines this game. Tainted Minds 2-1. Chiefs punishing forward. That could have been an open net there for Torsos. He fixes the mistake, but Shady with slimline defense. He'll get it out of there. The Chiefs have had so many opportunities, but Tainted Minds, again they stay. CJ's here. Get the ball away.
It doesn't matter that CJ couldn't find the angle. They are sitting on that 2-1 lead.
Torsos trying to fix it again. It's just so heartbreaking from Kami. Express comes back in. Intercept not found, but onto CJ. The pass is there to Shady. Hits up, hits the roof, comes back down. CJ to go up the Torsos. Again, Tainted Minds have control. There's no boost. The steal away by Express. Kami almost scores an own goal there. The pressure amounting to Chiefs. They'll get the ball through. Tainted Minds, they've done enough with time. They need to hold even longer here. Drippe has plenty of boost. He gets a second touch. But the Chiefs haven't found one yet.
They had the demo. They're getting all these bumps, though, as a consequence. Whenever Tainted Mind sees the opportunity, they go for the bump in rotation. And the goal is so close to in. Drippe pulls it for the equalizer.
They finally found it. So much attacking here from the Chiefs. Drippe, Kami, everyone made that goal happen. They equalized with 1 minute 30 remaining.
Both teams so incredibly hungry for this win. You can see the action that they are just facilitating. They're running forward. I am heartbroken and breathless.
You see CJ was trying to play with time there, play with everything. Chiefs off the backboard again. That's a miss, but also a miss by Torsos. Kami comes back in, but CJ and Express have been able to recover. Close calls, nerves, everything affecting these players here. I'll come back from nerves, but Torsos there, ready for Kami. The banger this time lands.
This time, Kami getting it over his head. Torsos with an amazing setup. He does manage to get past two players, and we need to see Torsos with these styling plays if they're to take out the last critical game.
I asked for a game 7. I asked, please give me a game 7. 1 minute 15 from that reality, but Tainted Minds do not count them out just yet.
No, the desk 3-1 in favor of them. They are in a strong position.
Kami around the wing. Chiefs still staying on this attack. Torso sitting around the midfield, but the ball's over him. That's an open net. Like we said, do not count out Tainted Minds.
I am not sure what the plan was there. So aggressive with that coming forward. Torsos not even in a position to challenge because he was a little bit too far back, and we had a situation where boost was prioritized over good defense.
And Tainted Minds, they strike back 101. That is the time we've got left. That minute is going to be hot and heavy. Torso sitting around the midfield. Express wins it over. Kami is not in net. The demo from Drippe in the nick of time.
Drippe saving Kami's bacon there. That should have been a goal had Drippe not cut back and realized his teammate prioritized boost and left the goal open.
But for the first time, it looks like Tainted Minds have been able to maintain possession. The Chiefs have made some big misses here. That's Torsos. The pinch out of the corner. 35 seconds remaining. The demo from Express is on to Kami. Around the midfield, Express is up, but two members are forward. CJ needs the defense. Doesn't find it. Shady saves the bacon this time. Kami drops down. The roller here. And Shady wants to break away. 15 seconds remaining. Tainted Minds, there it is. CJ bangs it. They find the defense. They clear it away. Chiefs survive, but Shady's back in. Crossbar down, away. 5 seconds. 4. They count forward as CJ looks to bang it even further. Tainted Minds can't get close. The defense continues. The backboard there. 0 seconds for about 10 now. It finally drops. And Tainted Minds, it's overtime again.
The pressure they have mounted against Chiefs is phenomenal, and Chiefs are again on the back foot as they defend their claim.
What a pass back to Shady! Tainted Minds have done it, and the Chiefs defeated for the first time in history. Tainted Minds secure the first seed for the OCE Championship. They go to RLCS standing proud.
Shady has broken his record. He is now going to RLCS with the rest of his friends. He will have that plane ticket, and now we have a new champion of OCE.
What a pass back at that moment, straight off the kickoff for Tainted Minds to find this play out of the corner of their brain and say, let's pass back. Shady locks it in, and the person who we said was probably the most quiet steps up huge in the end for Tainted Minds, gentlemen. We have a new champion.
What a day. What a season for Tainted Minds. They took down the Chiefs 3 times in a row.
Yeah, like that's I got nothing.
That's convincing. That's ridiculous. Tainted have played so well today. Again, we had our worries at the start of the season, but they look incredible.
Let's break it down. Let's take a step back and look at the first game there, I think, as well. For Tainted Minds, they came into this series as not the underdogs, but the new favourites.
Yeah.
They had that one game advantage. They found the first. But then Chiefs fought their way back.
Well, that first game, it was so close. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
And I think Chiefs are going to be so upset again because game one, there were so many opportunities that they just couldn't get. And that, I think it was the last game or second last game. Where
that last game was
hitting
awful.
The side post over and over.
Yeah, they had 3 in the course for about a minute, and there was also the Kami block.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was brutal. That was brutal. But there were many brutal moments in that game.
You could see nerves getting to everyone, though. That last game was, like, horrible.
It really goes to show how important it was for them.
Yeah, you could see, like, Tainted have been so solid all day. In that last game, they were just missing everything. And then Chiefs were, like, slow back, letting in these, like, sloppy goals. It was like, it means so much to them, and that will affect your gameplay.
But also, sorry, Crew.
Yeah, I felt so bad when Torso see that huge styling play down the right-hand side to open the net, and then immediate just free counter-attack from Express for the goal.
I think this speaks for Tainted Minds, though, their ability to play from behind. I think in previous years, talking about Darksided especially, it felt like they struggled to play from such a position.
I don't think that's the case, but CJ's so good at playing from behind. He's the one, the hype man, who always picks his team up.
Yeah, he has that mental fortitude that a lot of players need when they go into that lower bracket situation. He just pulls them through.
It's hard to pick yourself back up. Like, we saw SYF just get crushed today. We saw Water get crushed today. And you see Tainted just not care when they take bad losses.
But this is the first time ever, gentlemen, that we have a brand new OCE champion, a brand new team essentially in that position. Let's bring up that bracket because our number one for RLCS this time, it ain't the Chiefs. It's Tainted Minds.
This is such a good sign for OCE going to the World Championship, taking on NA, taking on EU, and both teams look brilliant.
Well, I'm really glad to see that Chiefs will now get to play the 4th seed EU. I think we can they can really beat that team, and it should really be good for OCE. I think Tainted can definitely beat EG, so I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, I think this will be the first season where we can expect OCE to not have a team in the bottom 2. We can break through. We can do better than 7th and 5th.
I think that's very realistic. The way Tainted Minds play, if they play that style against the top 8 teams in the world, top 10, excuse me, then this is a total different season for OCE.
Well, Tainted were in such a good position to not come last season. And now they look incredible. They look like 5 times the team they used to be.
This Tainted Minds, the new Tainted Minds, which is with Express and Shady, they would have beaten Envy. Easily. They would have taken it out. They would have been clutch. They would have held it. Shady still has the questions around him there, but I think today he really proved himself.
LAN is a little different.
The World Championship's like completely different.
Yeah.
Even to a LAN in OCE.
It's a whole different environment. It's so thrilling to see a new team in that first position, though. We've got our same 2 teams, but essentially we don't. Because, again, old Darksided, so it's a new Tainted Minds going.
Well, they're new rosters still, so.
But CJ returning. Express hasn't been to the World Championship in a very long time. It's a return for Express. Shady, his first season in the championship
and they've really deserved it. They've been at the top of OCE. They've had such tragic runs the last 2 seasons. It's so happy to see them there now.
They were the team that went upper bracket, lower bracket. They tried, they've grinded. They've done everything they possibly can, and it took bringing in CJ to get there.
I want to see Shady's face. I wish we could have had like an instant Shady cam with that giant goofy smile when he realizes that he is the number 1 seed of OCE.
I mean, that smile, he should be smiling right now. For Tainted Minds, a big congratulations. Chiefs as well. They go as 2nd seed for the first time, don't forget. Of course, we have to look at our MVP of this week for the grand final, Yummy Cheese Man. Let's get to it. Who impressed us all this week?
I'll have to give it to Express. Two hat-tricks, 2 goals in the last game to really carry them forward.
So well-deserved.
He was so solid throughout the day, and I think this same thing throughout the entire season. I always put Express slightly ahead of CJ because CJ ends up making mistakes.
And Express is so solid.
But in terms of MVP, I think it's time to put them as joint MVP today. Not CJ because of all the work he's put in outside of the pitch to change his team, to turn them into what they are. Maybe he's not the best player 100% on the pitch. Maybe that's Express. But off the pitch,
most valuable individual
deserves recognition here.
Yeah, he's the catalyst. He made them what they are.
He's the captain. Any team success, you've got to thank the captain.
I think on that back note as well, CJ, of course, has been that player to watch just purely because of his potential. His growth continues, and even though sometimes he has bad days, he still shows growth. He gets better and better each and every season. Yeah. Express as well. The consistency of that man is insane, and it's good to see him going back.
It's actually been 4 seasons for Express to be so consistent.
He just gets numbers all the time. He's just solid all the time. You never think Express and go, oh, they're a bit shaky there. It's like, Express is like so good.
However, gents, that's it for another season.
It's the end of 2018.
That is the end of the OCE Championship. However, that is not the end of OCE. RLCS, when we get there, we are going to cause some havoc. We are going to take down... I'm not going to be the person that says we're going to take down everyone, but we probably will.
November the 9th to November the 11th. It's going to be a big weekend, Las Vegas. But tonight at 3 a.m. AEDT, European Regional Championship. You have to watch that.
See who we're playing.
See who plays.
Yep.
See who gets beaten by Dignitas. Yeah.
No, it's going to be huge. See who the Chiefs are going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to Jake, to Yummy Cheese Man, to Korea, to Wolfie, of course, to our production team who put in the effort for this season. We will be back, of course, next year for the next OCE Championship. It has been an absolute pleasure. Congratulations again to Tainted Minds, to the Chiefs, and we will see you next season.